Okay, hello everybody. I'm back once again. God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. Listen, last night yesterday after I made my video, I went to bed. It's kind of, I thought it over, and to be totally honest with you, I was wondering, was I all right? Was I all right? Okay. I mean, because that stuff is um, uh, some pretty heavy stuff, you know. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to remind you and remind myself of some things. This is not going to be a long video, I don't believe. Remind you and remind myself of some things that God told me years ago. Okay? And one of the things that when He would show me in these dreams things that were coming, like the economic collapse, the major earthquake, and I think it would be a worldwide earthquake, and even the virus, the coronavirus, the nuclear exchange that is coming, exchange. There were things He spoke to me uh, to remember during these times, okay? And what they all had in common, the word that He spoke to me each time for each dream, the word that these dreams had in common was don't fear and don't be afraid. Okay? Now, I was thinking today, how many times in the Bible did Christ tell us not to fear? I looked it up, I Googled it, and from what I can see, there are 365 times we are told in the Bible, don't be afraid and don't fear. 365 times. That's one time for every day of the year. And we are told over and over, don't be afraid, don't fear. We're coming into some turbulent times, okay? And many of you probably might experience your own personal tribulation, okay? That's very well possible. But the thing that I'm gonna tell you, the thing that got me through a lot of my troubles was God spoke to me and He told me, don't fear, don't be afraid, don't panic, okay? I remember, now some of y'all have heard me say this. This is why I'm not going to be, heard me say this before. This is why I'm not going to be very long with this. This is just a reminder, okay? Because a lot of this stuff, it might not happen in my lifetime. I expect it to, though, but it may not. God has a way of extending time. You know, when you think something is right at the door and is about to happen, He'll give us another 30, 40, 50 years. We don't know, okay? But I want to leave you with this encouraging word. When God showed me the economic collapse back in 1984, that's a long time ago, He showed me the economic collapse that's coming that will be worldwide. And He gave me some idea of what inflation is going to be like. I don't know. I don't understand economics. I don't understand the stock market. I don't understand mathematics to that degree to where I can go to Wall Street or a bank and run a business. So He explained it to me this way. Okay, He said during this time, one piece of chicken, when you go to your restaurant, Church's Chicken or whoever, when you go there, that one piece of chicken will cost you about $25. Now you might say, I don't think so. Ain't nothing, nothing's gonna get that high. It's higher than that in some other countries right now. Okay, they're paying hundreds of dollars for one piece of chicken. All right. So He said that's what's coming. But when I saw this economic collapse, one thing I noticed, The Republicans are going to be blamed for it. They're going to be blamed for it, and they're going to take the punishment for it. Okay. And the reason and how I came to know this is in the dream. In the dream, I saw the President Ronald Reagan, which is dead and gone now. He was laying on his back, but while he was laying on his back, some man looked like he was possessed or crazy or something. He had a gun pointed in the former president's face. Now, during this time, I saw this Reagan was alive, so I thought back then, well, he's must going to be assassinated again. But these dreams now, they're making sense. 30 years later, 35 years later, they're making sense. But what is that saying? That's saying that the Democrats in this country is going to blame the Republicans for the economic mess that's coming. They're going to blame the Republicans all the way back to Ronald Reagan. They might even dig his grave up. I don't know. I mean, there's some crazy times coming. But they're going to blame the Republicans. The Republicans are going to take the blame for this as far back as Ronald Reagan. But now, this is what I want you to remember. Got some good news here. I heard God say in this dream when I saw this collapse, He said, don't panic. Just get closer to me. And I've used that. I've remembered that for 30 years, and it has kept me through many uncertain times. Not to panic. Do not panic. Because when you panic, you act irrationally. Don't panic. Stay calm. He showed when he showed me the coronavirus years ago. He said, tell the people to be still and they will pass through it. Okay? That's what he said. Now, what does it mean by be still? You remember the children of Israel when they were being pursued by the Egyptians and they were facing the Red Sea, and Moses told them, be still and see the salvation of the Lord. God is saying, be still during this coronavirus. In other words, don't be afraid. Don't fear corona. Don't fear it. Don't panic. Okay? Don't let them make you so afraid that you go out and take the free mandatory medication that's being offered. Don't do it. Don't panic. Don't push the panic button. Stay calm. He said, tell the people to be still and you will pass through it. Also, there's a major earthquake that's coming. Major. This earthquake is going to be so massive, it's going to change the very landscape, the geographic landscape of our country. Okay? It's going to create waterfalls in dry places. It's going to create lakes. Rivers going to flow where there are no rivers right now. That's how bad the earth is going to hemorrhage with water. Okay? It's going to create hills and mountains in places where there are no hills and mountains. All right? This earthquake is going to disrupt a lot of things. I heard the Lord say, I heard him say during this earthquake, he said, the danger will be real. He said, but pray in faith and remain in faith. That's what he said. He said, pray in faith and remain in faith. Also, God showed me that just before America was bombed, he had gathered together his elect. The gathering together would take place here on earth before in heaven. Okay? The gathering together will start here. He gathered together his elect here on earth first. We were in churches. Okay? Just before the wrath of God. We were in churches. We were anticipating the wrath of God. We were waiting for the wrath of God to fall. The wrath of God will not fall on the Christians. Okay, it is not, the wrath of God will not fall on us. But he had gathered us together in certain locations, certain buildings all around the world. And he preserved us there. We are that remnant that he said He will keep us from the hour of temptation that will come on the whole world. There's a remnant that he's going to keep during the hour of temptation or during the tribulation period. He's going to keep them from the test that's going to come on the whole world. It will not be the whole church. Part of the church will go through the tribulation and become martyrs. Okay? And then part of the church will leave just before the tribulation. Okay, I got scriptures to back all this up. I just don't, right now, I'm just not going to pull them up, but I quoted one last night. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to move on. Just before the wrath of God fell, I heard the preacher on the intercom in the church. They were all standing there. They were waiting for the nuclear bombs to fall. And I heard the preacher say, the wrath of God is about to fall. Okay? And I heard God say, I heard him say, stay calm. Stay calm. Okay? Listen, there are some turbulent, troubling times ahead. We must stay calm. We must not panic. We must remain in faith. Pray in faith. We must be still and see the salvation of the Lord. Okay? Because there are some troubling days ahead. But we can make it. Okay? Now in John 14:29, the Lord said, I'm not telling you these things to trouble you, but I'm telling you these things so when they happen, you will believe. Okay? We're not trying to trouble you or cause you disturbance, but when these things happen, you will believe. Okay? Luke 21:22 says, this is the time when all things will be fulfilled. These are the days that all things will be fulfilled. Listen, these are the days is coming. All things will be fulfilled. The earthquake, the nuclear exchange, World War III, alien invasion, famine, diseases, pestilence, war, peace taken from the earth. All these things will be fulfilled within that short time. Okay? God is going to send super saints. He's going to raise up super saints like superheroes during this time. But they're going to be challenged. Okay? If you're one of the ones that God is going to, I gave you some scriptures on that the other night. I'm going to talk more thoroughly about that later on in a video. But if you're one of the ones that God is going to choose and use like a super saint, okay? In other words, you'll be doing miracles. The Bible said we that believe on him will do the same works that he do and greater works. That's what it says, and greater works. So a lot of us will be operating like angels. We will be teleporting here and there. We will be using telepathy. We will be using powers that we don't normally see Christians use. Okay? So yeah, he'll be using super saints also during this time. Okay? So this is the time when all things will be fulfilled. All this stuff, the mark of the beast, shortages of food, all this stuff will be taking place. Okay, so don't panic. Stay calm. God is going to get you through. And the toughest part is only going to last 3.5 years anyway. Also, listen. We must remain calm because we want to go through this and possess the land. The land is the millennial reign. Okay? That's the land. We want to go in and possess the land, the millennial reign. Now, the last thing I want to ask you all, the last thing I want to tell you all, let not your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled. Ain't that's what he said? He said, believe in him. He also said he promised us that where he's going to prepare a place for us. That where he is, we will be with him also. Okay? And there is happiness and excitement and joy and freedom like you will never imagine. Like you could never imagine. All right? So don't let your heart be troubled. He told us don't let your heart be troubled. But now, the last thing I want to ask of you all, please share my videos. I have never asked this before. But please share my videos because last night when I laid down, I thought about all the stuff I had said last night. And I was like, man, have I fallen off the log here? Because this stuff is kind of far out there, But I'm not going to be like the man who hid his talent. He only had one talent and he hid it. I'm not going before Christ like that. I'm going to do what I believe he's given me to do. Because at least when I go before him, at least I can say, Lord, I did what I thought you wanted me to do. Okay? I believe I will attain more mercy that way than not doing anything at all. So I believe what I'm doing is the will of God. I believe this is the will of the Lord. I need you all to share my videos. And I really appreciate you all watching my videos. And I'm going to talk to you more about the super saints that are coming. And I want to try to help you understand how to study the second coming. Okay? There's so much confusion on the second coming. I'm going to show you how to make it easy to understand it and study it. All right? All right, I appreciate you all. God still speaks through visions and dreams. May the Lord bless you and yours all the days of your life.